Hey there, this is Floor from Nightwish and you are watching Chaos TV.
Okay, so hello everyone. Chaos TV is today here at Kalevala studio in Helsinki, Finland, and we have here Floor from the band Nightwish as guest. So first of hello and welcome to Chaos TV.
Kiitos, thank you.
So in general, how has the fall been so far for you and the band?
The fall? Oh, geez. Well, we have actually been doing our last European shows. So that was mainly East and South Europe, where fall did not start yet. It was extremely warm. And after that we came home for about 10 days before today and the last 4 shows that are about to come up. And I don't know, I think in Finland it was the same as for me in Sweden. It was beautiful weather. I love the fall, so yeah.
Okay, so you enjoy the fall like as a period of time, yeah?
Yeah, I do. I think it's just, I mean, our album is about endless forms, most beautiful, and it's great to see that every season brings something new of this endless life forms, and now all the apples are ripe, the berries are. I'm from the Netherlands. We don't really have this let's go into the woods and, you know, get our meals from there. It doesn't exist. Yeah. So it's a brand new thing for me from the last few years to go into the woods and go for some mushrooms and berries. And we have deer in the garden stealing our fruits. It's very charming.
Okay. So I remember talking to you when like the Endless Force Most Beautiful like tour was about to begin, and when the album was released, and you seemed to be like really enthusiastic about like what was coming at that time. So I guess you had some kind of like expectations what will be for you like in the next year and a half. So has this sort of been living up to your own expectations?
Yeah, I think as far as you can imagine how a tour will be, I think it's been nothing but great. We've been everywhere, almost everywhere in the world, and so many places anyway, as much as we could, and every place brought something new, and that is just hard to imagine. And will people like it, and will they like me, and everything just is beyond that expectation, really. It's been, I mean, every tour has a period that you're like, or, you know, it's like a marriage with 6 people. Yeah. There are always ups and downs in marriages, but we've had such an amazing time together. There's been no down. It's only been great. Okay. As far as that's possible, it was, and it happened to us.
Okay. And overall, from what I've read, like people seem to like everywhere, like the latest album. So have you been like generally pleased? Like what kind of feedback you have received from it so far? Very,
very much. Yeah, I'm very flattered and very honored because the reception has indeed been fantastic, and the album subjects sometimes are a bit more controversial, or at least controversial compared to what people are used to from Nightwish, and it's fantastic to see the open-mindedness of the Nightwish audience. We took them on a different kind of trip this time, emotionally and musically, and that was appreciated also, and it's fantastic.
So we just had like the privilege of watching like the Wembley Arena show from the upcoming DVD. So speaking about like making of the DVD, how nervous were you on that day, like knowing that this show will be filmed?
Well, I tried not to think about it too much, because it was at the end of our European tour, which meant we played arenas almost every day. Yeah. Not to sound arrogant, but that helped to sort of get used to that vibe. Yeah. We have been doing it more, so you can tap into this, yes, this is familiar feeling. Because if you think too much about, yeah, there are cameras everywhere, and yeah, this is the legendary Wembley Arena, and no pressure, we sold it out, we're going to record a DVD. You're gonna lose yourself in all kinds of thoughts that aren't relevant, because they're not helping. Nerves don't help. They don't make anything better. So I tried to not think about it. Fortunately, we had a busy day with all kinds of other things to do. So by the time that we came on stage, it was like, in the best way possible, these words, I mean, another show, which brought forth the energy of Nightwish at its best. Something you can't predict, something you can only hope for, something you can't get nervous for. And it was there. And that was, spectacular.
So did you do like something like extra to prepare your, like, for example, your voice for the show? Is that knowing that it's going to be filmed making you do some kind of like extra routines that you normally don't do?
I think the best thing to do is not do anything extra.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, it was at the end of a world tour, so we played almost every day. The band, my body, my voice, it's a well-oiled machine. So the only thing I would need is a good night's sleep.
Okay.
And some good food.
Okay. So you have on that DVD like also that show from Tampere that you filmed in Ratinan Stadion and now this Wembley Arena show. So do you see like the difference within the band chemistry when you're watching these two shows? Because obviously they are from different period of time.
I do, yeah, and you're right about that. They are. The Tampere show came in the first summer, so we were touring just a few months. And more importantly, this was the second time we used this stage setup. It's a massive stage. We used it only one more time in Joensuu.
Okay.
So we had an extra ramp, like a catwalk into the audience, and that you need to know when you want to be on that. If it was only because it looks stupid if everybody runs back and forth on it, but also we have pyros, so you want to be safe and know where you are, and so it's a little bit more thinking. By the time we were on stage with Wembley, it was so much more. We know when things are coming, and this stage setup is more familiar. Yet again, it was the first stadium show of Nightwish. Yeah. So to have your own audience of 23,000 people coming, that is such an honor. That's such a ride. And I think that's wow. In a Finnish summer, which of course it doesn't get dark at all, or if it does, it's pretty late. You can see all of that on the Tampere show, and I think that's it looks and sounds really different, but it's as much Nightwish and as much part of this Endless Forum's most beautiful world tour. And it's cool to tell you that besides these two shows, which could be considered highlights of the show of this tour, we've been filming a lot of different material from different kinds of places because it was a world tour. Yeah. So we've been to China and to Japan, and we've been to Brazil, we've been to Australia, we've been to Canada and the States, and so on and so forth. And so we collected material from a lot of places on this world. So, for example, Rock in Rio, we have a show, a song from that with Mr. Kakko from Sonata Arctica, and Vancouver. We have a lot of extra material to show that we are Nightwish in big stadiums and in great arenas, but also in a smaller venue in the States, for instance.
So do you feel that those two shows that actually are on this DVD were like the highlights for this world tour, or are there like some other memorable shows that you would have maybe wanted to be on this upcoming DVD as well?
No. I think all we have to show is on this DVD. Okay. And yes, they were highlights, but there were many more highlights. And I think that goes for everybody personally within Nightwish. You can have the most amazing show for 1,000 people. Yeah. And it can be pretty rough in front of 10,000, just because you're a person, a human who has different emotions and good days and bad days, and sometimes you connect with your audience from second one. Sometimes it takes a while, even though every show has been great, and this entire tour has been, as I said, great. So that in general is a highlight to mention. How can you have a fantastic world tour from the beginning to the end? That is the highlight of the tour itself.
Yeah.
And I would never prefer another show above the other, because I'm thankful for everybody that came out to any show.
Okay.
So that's important for me to also mention, because every show is special and every show is worth every second of it. And you cannot show everything, but I think a big part of it we did. And like I said, those personal highlights also matter.
I guess that's also like a good attitude to have, that you have to basically respect, even though there would be like 10 people in the audience or 10,000 people in the audience. I guess it should be like that it doesn't matter from artist's point of view.
Exactly, it really does. Yeah, and that's an energy we like to bring to wherever we are, and whether it's 10 people or 10,000, everybody is welcome and everybody deserves 100% from us, and we'll get it as well.
So you will be having like next year off, and you will be having your first baby, so congratulations about that.
Thank you.
So how do you plan on, what do you plan on doing while taking that year off? Do you plan just focusing on being a mom, or do you have, for example, revamp album in the works, or what do you plan to do?
Well, I will have the very special luxury of having time at home with my family to be. So indeed, the first months of next year, I'll be working on being very pregnant, and hopefully getting a healthy baby. And I really see that as priority number one. Musically, I have little ambition. The only real ambition I have is to make music and do music whenever I feel like it, without any real ambition or planning. Revamp is a band that would deserve the 100% devotion a band needs, and at this moment, I don't see any future for another band next to a band such as Nightwish. And with the ambition to become a mother, I will have to let Revamp go, which is a very sad decision. That doesn't mean I don't want to do any music, but only in time that I think is right. There is a project that I did back in 2008 with the Norwegian guitar player Jørn Viggo Lofstad, who plays in Pagan's Might. We wrote a rock album, and we never released it.
Okay.
So we're gradually picking that up and see if we can do anything with this. Okay. But again, family first, and the rest comes in time that we have. Yeah.
Okay. So you will be also taking part to that Raskasta Joulua.
I am, yeah.
And you're going to be singing on a few of the selected shows. So what's your how did you get involved with that, and how important is Christmas for you yourself?
Well, I mean, Marco is a big part of the Raskasta Joulua, and I don't know how they came to think of me, but they did, and they asked me, and I thought it was fantastic. I've seen the show when I still lived in Joensuu, and realized not only by this but by many other things that Christmas is celebrated more vividly here than where I'm from, with more traditions, and I really liked that. So Christmas kind of became a bit more, different for me since I moved up north, and I won't pretend to know as much about the Christmas songs that are out there than every average Finnish person, but I'm sure I'll find out a little bit more joining this project, and I'm really looking forward. I'll be pretty round around that time. I'll be more like a Christmas. I'm not the Christmas elf, I'll be more like the Christmas man himself, Santa Claus with a big belly. But let's see if I have to turn up into with a big Santa Claus suit or not. But it's, I think, a nice new challenge for me, and it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward.
So thank you, Floor, a lot for the interview, and best of luck for the future. Anything you want to say as last words to the Nightwish fans who will be watching this afterwards? You can hold the microphone, and that's the main camera.
All right, Nightwish fans, listen up. I know some of you are a little bit shocked that we take a break, but it's with good reason. every break brings new energy. Not that we're that tired, and surely not of you, but there's always new energy at the end of that 2017, and we have a lot of cool stuff coming up in 2018. So whatever your fear might be, take it away and just enjoy the stuff that we're having. We have this new DVD coming for you, and get ready for 2018, because, yeah, it's cool. Kiitos. Thank you.